Really inspirational, and that's the kind of guy Dan Quinn is.
Going on, Washington Commander fans, it's your boy back with another video. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share, hit that bell. More content's definitely on the way. You know, during the whole coaching cycle of last year, the big narrative is you need an offensive-minded coach. That's what all the national pundits were screaming. Kyle heard everybody, and then it had me believing that because a lot of people was Ben Johnson, and I can't even think of the Texans offensive coordinator's name right here, right now, but the guy I'm talking about, and that's leading candidates. And I think Ben Johnson's probably the leading candidate again this year as a head coach. And back then, before Ben Johnson shampooed us, I said, I don't know if Ben Johnson is a leader. I don't know that. And at that time, anybody who was listening to me knowing I was wanting Jim Harbaugh to be our coach. But all of a sudden, Dan Quinn came back for the second interview, and I was like, what's going on? So then my natural thought process is always, well, let me go to the good points of Dan Quinn. Well, dang, he did go to Dallas and he turned that defense around just like that. So I mean, Super Bowl coach, Legion of Boom. I just started thinking of all the good points and then, convincing myself, because when that second interview came around, the writing was on the wall that he was going to be the head coach. When that second interview came. And we got Dan Quinn, man, and Dan Quinn came through here like a fireball when he came through. You could just feel you could just feel off of his aura that it was going to be different. This is before we even had Jaden Daniels. This is before this. Then we started hiring all these coaches, and Dan said he liked doing tough, hard shit with hard people, and I'm thinking like, dang, this guy's motivating me. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, this is a hidden gem, even though he wasn't a hidden gem, because he's always been a good coach. And then you heard so many people around the league circles just talking what kind of man this guy is. And then when he started doing interviews, then we could see, who Dan Quinn really is. And then, the offseason came, and when he put the coaching staff together, and then all of these players that wanted to come here because Dan Quinn was here. One of our guys last year had got injured, and Dan Quinn was coaching Dallas, and he called them. And that meant the world to that guy. Dan Quinn keeps in touch with people that he even drafted. You know what I'm saying? So he's just that kind of guy. And then after he brings all these people in that wanted to be around him and knew what type of leader he was and wanted to play for his system, then we went to the draft, and we had a really good draft because him and Adam Peters is finding those type of players that can play this style of football. And they did. And what that gave you was 8 more wins. We was a 4-win team last year. We won 12 games this year. 12. First year. Hasn't been done since 1991. And Jaden gets most of the accolades, and rightfully so. He's a quarterback. If everything was going bad, then they'll be blaming Jaden as well. If Jaden just all of a sudden falls off a cliff next year, then they're going to be blaming him for our downfall. But with that being said, we got a head coach. We got a really good head coach. Defensive coach, not the offensive guy that they say you should have. I mean, Jaden Daniels is having one of the best rookie quarterback starts of any rookie I've seen. And, Cliff Kingsbury gets a lot for that, but he gets the accolades for that, and Jaden gets the accolades for that, how good he is. But Dan Quinn's the head coach. He's the guy that put all of this together, whether you want to admit it or not. He's responsible. He's managing the game. He's bringing the people in. He's putting the attitude into the players. He's the motivator. And the biggest thing they say is the team takes on the personality of the head coach. If you can't see that that's the personality that they're taking on, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know what to tell you. Like I said, man, like, me being a fan of this team through the first Joe Gibbs era and then the Norv Turner era and then Marty Schottenheimer's brief time here and Steve Spurrier's brief time here and all the other mess that we had, even the Mike Shanahans and all that. I tell you what, man, Dan Quinn has already solidified himself as one of the best coaches in Washington history off of 1 year. And in my opinion, should be the coach of the year.